Hey people, this is Conrad Layn here. Thank you for participating and watching my Turo Ideas segment where I talk about different ideas that I think will really benefit Turo in the long term and build company morale, and I think will further the growth trajectory that we're seeing. And I love the company, so let me dive right in. Another great idea I think that's come to me is creating something called a ESOP, Employee Stock Ownership Plan. And what that essentially is, it allows the option for a company to issue stocks of shares of the company, ownership of the company to its employees. Now, being a host is a bit different, but I think it'll be great if Turo could coin something like that. But also, I'm talking for the reps too, though, for even execs. I don't know if it's a conflict of interest, but maybe the execs, people that work directly for a company, that I would be awesome. It would be awesome to hear if they own some stocks or parts of the company. I think the reps, even like people that work for the company, I think that could be a part of a plan. It can even be a tier state. You don't have to give it to right away, but maybe after a certain amount of years, a certain amount of time, or every crew a certain status, get to a certain position, or maybe do so well. I think it'll be great to offer that to employees, but also for hosts. I think us hosts, if we're a part of the company, we're basically a business family. We're all in it to win. I think it'd be awesome to offer the option to have some type of shares, maybe get to a certain host status, or maybe have so many trips done, or or a certain rating, or even hey, just give it to everyone, just at a fractional amount. It doesn't have to be so significant, but just give you that company ownership feel, because it does something that the popular analogy I use is it's always typically not, there's always exception to the rules. Typically, people who own a home take better care of the home than people who rent the home. Typically speaking, yes, there's great renters. I'm a real estate agent, remember that. I'm licensed, but at the same time or whatever, I just noticed that. And I think it just says something about human nature that typically we'd like to take ownership of what we admire, and we take better care of it. So if a company gives you ownership, you by far care more about the stock number, where it's at, if it's going up, if it's not going down, if it's going up or down, if it's volatile. For example, there could be a lot of other stocks out there. If they go down in money, you might be okay, but it doesn't really affect you. You don't really care. But if you have ownership in the company, you bought the shares or you have the shares, you feel a certain type of way. You want the company to do well because you own a part of it. That's the psychology behind this. I think it'd be a great idea. Hopefully this goes somewhere. Hopefully this gets the right people to get this done, where we get like some type of maybe stock ownership plan for employees and for independent, which you could call, I guess, this employee stock ownership program, ISOP, independent contractor stock ownership program. Doesn't sound as nice, but hey, I think just giving the option to independent contractors, hosts, or entities that are performing the platform that are hosts, give the option to own a stock will be awesome and will speak volumes, I think. And I think it'd be great, and for the employees as well. But again, doesn't mean I have a good idea, doesn't mean I have a bad idea. This might fall deaf on the right or wrong gears. Maybe it's not a good idea, maybe it is, but I think it's a great idea, and I'm a huge fan of Turo, and I think this will further the conviction of investors, further the conviction of company morale. I think it'll give the company itself, employees, independent contractors, something to talk about. They'll feel more connected, they'll have more pride in the company, not that they already don't, but it'll just increase it, is my opinion. That's my idea for today. If you guys like the content, like, share, subscribe. Conrad Layn out.